Hi, good morning. How are you doing? Okay, so let's talk. So I know that some of you are aware that Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo has been, you know, trending online. Let's just say for the past couple of weeks, because of the statement, because of the statement he made about men not, you know, being tagged as the providers. Or essentially, he was suggesting that men should not be tagged as providers any longer because of the current realities of today. And honestly, right, he made a lot of sense. He made a lot of sense in that message, because I know that of course he has shared it in different messages, but I know the one that I saw was like a live stream, a YouTube live that, that he did just for men, for the male folks. But of course now I love me some Pastor Kingsley's Pastor Kingsley wisdom, essentially, right? So I connected, I joined just to learn, to grab some knowledge, and I did actually. But yeah, when you got to that point about saying men should not be tagged as the providers, honestly, it actually rubbed me some way. Like rubbed me the wrong, not I would, should I use wrong is a strong word, but yeah, I was like I remember I commented on that video because I think I was just trying to say that it did not seem like a balanced statement, because it was like, even when, okay, now this will take me back to the beginning, the book of Genesis. At that time, remember when God was placing essentially the punish, giving Adam and Eve their punishment for their disobedience, right? We know that Adam, his punishment was in struggling to get produce, like in tilling. Like before you till and you produce crop or food to eat, essentially before you get the reward for your labor, to get the fruit for your labor, like you will that was the punishment. So it shows you that that thing is tied to Adam as a man, working and seeing reward or seeing fruit for your labor. And of course the woman was tied to her biology, her womb, giving birth. You understand? So you would want to ask, today women still get to they still feel pain, still go through the pain, of labor, even when we are reconciled to Christ or to God. We are now reconciled. We still go through that pain of labor, and so it's not like, so that punishment sort of in a way is not necessarily taken from the woman, but we are now trying to take away that one from the man, because I obviously understood his point a lot by saying, now women are making more money than men. It doesn't make sense that you still think that the man should be the provider. And I understand he was also trying to say that God is the provider. We shouldn't try to put it on anybody, like, per se. Don't let your provision be dependent on a man. I got that point. But then it's like, oh, let's help the man. Let's help the man. Let's reduce his suffering. Let's the woman can provide too. Of course, women provide. Normally women support their own form of provision, ought to be in the form of support. You understand? But I understand that women too can do a lot better than than their men, and they may actually not provide or want to give money, especially because they're feeling, not be your work. You understand? You're not helping me to give birth, so why should I help you with the other one? So it seems like there's this leniency. I want to support the man. You want to help the man. It's not like, so who is helping the woman? You understand? So we just like, anyway, the idea was that I felt like it's not as if in other messages he has not tried to strike that balance, that yes, men, even if we are saying that, okay, you should not be tagged the provider per se, but you have your responsibilities are still a lot. Like, I felt like he needed to, at least, well, for me in that particular live stream, he didn't really cover all the roles that men have. It was as if he was just trying to, let's pamper them a bit, let's let well, which is fine. Men to actually go through a lot. That's the truth. But I felt, okay, he needed to say more. He needed to balance it out. That's the point. He needed to balance the point by saying, okay, man, you're meant to be the leader of your home. You're supposed to lead your wife. You're supposed to love your wife. And trust me, a man that is a good leader, that leads and loves, that leads with wisdom, that loves with courage, with might, with, will I say, humility or whatever, loves with service. I don't know the woman that will not submit to that kind of man. I don't know the woman that will not desire to support and cover up for that kind of person when he cannot, or when he's struggling a bit, maybe financially. You understand? So usually, but the thing is that there are many men that would take. I know any responsible man hearing that message already knows that it's not as if he's trying to say, "Oh, you're going to fold your hands and sit down." But I know that was the fear and concern of many women, feeling that sir, you're not balancing this thing. Oh, there are many men that are already not irresponsible. They will not take this message to say, "Okay, Kukuma, make I go sit down. Let me go and look for a well-to-do woman to come and take care of me." And sometimes you want to be real. Like the men that they do the bare minimum already. So I feel like you're relieving the pressure, for the wrong man, or your message might get to the wrong man. That's the point. That's what I'm trying to say. I may come across the wrong way to the irresponsible man, unfortunately, if you don't balance it. So I feel like every time, I'm sure he has other messages, he may have balanced it, but I'm like, he needs to, and remember that it's important for him, because of those kind of people, to balance it all the time, always. Like, let them know that we are not cutting you some slack to go and sit down. Like, you have a lot more to do also, you understand? So because women are going through a lot, they're feeling like they're already doing a lot. They are the ones giving birth, they are the ones taking care of the children many times, they are the ones still doing house chores, still cooking fresh food, some of them for their husbands, and they are the ones that will still go and give money also on top of it. So I know I feel for those kind of women that are like, no, sir, please balance it, sir. Thank you, sir. So yeah, that's just what I have to say, really. Because things can easily be taken out of context, really. So it's good to be conscious of that. That is it. Be conscious of it. Yeah, we know God provides. God is our provider. Well, women are going through a lot too. like we need to relieve some of the workload on women too. We need to, I don't know. So that's what I have to say. All right, thank you. Talk later. Bye.